No intro needed for this one. I'm getting right into this because I'm not wasting any time. Where is the hype? We are officially 30 days after tomorrow, 30 days away from the biggest show ever, the granddaddy of them all, the grandest stage, WrestleMania 41. Fiend, 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 fiend. But let me ask you something. Does it feel like WrestleMania season? Be real with me now. Because right now, this feels like, I don't know what it is, a 2-night overpriced house show in Las Vegas. And it's a dang shame. In the past years, when it was like Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber season, it almost, you could hear the buzz and the hypeness in the fans. We were all making our predictions and we were ready, thinking that all the matches were set in stone and stories were reaching the boiling point. But this time, silent. We got no storylines, nothing that's really nothing that's really worth our time or energy. We're basically scrambling to say anything about any of this. Jey Uso isn't a draw. Gunther isn't a draw. Nobody wants to see any of this. We should be getting excited for WrestleMania and to see our favorite stars in one of the biggest cities in the world. We should be getting excited about this. But instead, we're sitting here making rant videos complaining about WWE because Triple Nose is off doing, I don't even know what this dude's doing. Marking out over himself, putting himself in the Hall of Fame. He thinks he's the big guy. He thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. Instead of getting serious and getting ready to book the show, he's running around with Michelle McCool and whoever else they put in the Hall of Fame. I could care less because it's not a real Hall of Fame, but it's terrible. They're going overseas, taking the show overseas to come back to LA or LV and get ready for the show. Well, Vegas took a nice gamble and Vegas took a nice gamble. So did Netflix. They took a nice gamble on WWE, and man, they busted choosing WWE to be the main attraction in their city. Because all they're going to do is sell pretty much what they're doing. Overpriced shirts, overpriced merch. I was watching Dr. Chris and Vince Russo, and they were talking about how Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be there at WrestleMania, and how they had a Legends pack on location or whatever, and it was like all these passes, all these gifts, all this stuff. It was like $8,000, and it was signed autographs, meet and greet, stuff like that. But realistically, who can afford? Like, people can afford that, obviously, but who would want to afford that? Obviously, there's marks out there who would want to afford that, but for what? To see Penta versus Braun Breaker? To see Ludwig Kaiser versus Butch? And the Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly versus Los Garza versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus some other any other random tag team. It just doesn't make any sense. This doesn't feel electric because it's not electric. None of the stars feel like anything to anyone. They're just wrestlers. Like there's no point. When you don't build storylines and you just have people go out there and wrestle because, I don't know, they don't like each other, and you provide no other storyline other than I just simply don't like you, what's there to, like, you're like, wow, he doesn't like him. But back in the day, during WrestleMania, we were doing hair versus streak, or we were doing Vince McMahon. We obviously knew Vince McMahon wasn't selling the company to Donald Trump, but you had the fan cameo out there. You had Donald Trump out there fighting with Vince McMahon as if it was for real, like as if he was about to lose his company. You had I don't believe that this was at WrestleMania, but you had Dom Mysterio out there pushing Eddie Guerrero off the ladder to try to stop Rey Mysterio from getting custody of him. You had the the Undertaker versus Ric Flair for the streak. And you had Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels for the retirement, for retiring. And it's just stuff like that. None of this, obviously, this doesn't matter. Like, the stuff is fake, but if you put an implication on it that actually means something, then we can actually invest and buy into it. Because instead, you know what we're getting? We're getting Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Just because. Because Seth and Punk don't like each other, and because Roman and Rollins have a long history. Which is so played out, is so drawn out. We've seen that long history for years. We're tired of it. Like, if you don't have anything for Roman, don't make him show up. You know, we don't need Roman at WrestleMania. Because quite frankly, I mean, if he's not fighting for a belt, nobody wants to see him. What if I have an idea? What if Gunther drops the belt to Jey Uso and they do that as the triple threat instead? Or what if... I don't even know. They didn't waste the Royal Rumble on Jey Uso, but they just messed that up. They're gonna be hung, like, how you see how they're hung up with Cody Rhodes and Gunther as their two champions. They're gonna be in an even worse position with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes now, because they just have mid-carders as the face of their company. And that's not a good look. It doesn't get anybody excited. Especially if you have mid-carders and you're not giving them a story or a character. If you're not giving the mid-carders a character, it's over. Because no one can get behind just a wrestler who says yeet, or a wrestler who's his dad, or a wrestler who's German, so he just has German music. Or, you know, they have nothing. They're just people. Braun Breaker. What is Braun Breaker? Just a strong guy. A really strong guy. That's it. You know, no storyline, no nothing. We don't even know if he's a heel or a babyface. He's out there where my dog's barking, but then he's doing all kinds of heelish things. And so that's the stuff I'm talking about. And then on the ladies' side, we're tired of Rhea Ripley. I don't know if Triple H knows that. Like, we don't really like Rhea that much. Some people do, but we don't. We think it's quite disrespectful that you would give the title to Io just so you could evolve Rhea, and then so Io can basically take the pin and Bianca or Rhea could win. Because they were literally just scared to probably make Io or Rhea... Sorry, they were probably just scared to make Bianca or Rhea have to take a pin. So now Io can take the pin, and it keeps them two looking strong so that they don't have to lose at WrestleMania. But that's not right at all. Winning the women's championship just so she can get buried. What about Austin Theory? Beating John Cena 2 years ago. WrestleMania 40, I think. Beating John Cena. And now he's relegated to the absolute mid-card. Honestly, the undercard. He's better off just getting fired. When the AOP and Candice LeRae and whoever else all got fired, he should have been right. He should have been right first with them. He should have been right with them getting fired. Getting taken over to AEW or Ring of Honor. He should have been right with them getting fired because he's brought nothing to the company. American Made. You might as well fire them. Fire the War Raiders. Fire the New Testicle. Fire them. You might as well fire Isla Dawn and her, whatever the other one who didn't get fired. Fire her. Fire the Judgment Day. Carlito, get him don't even bring JD McDonough back. Only keep Dom and Liv. And maybe, Dom, Liv, and Raquel. Get Finn out of here. I don't know what he does. Keep Penta. Fire, take Gunther's henchmen. They keep his theme song, but they never come out with Gunther. What is the point of that? They have his theme song, but you've never seen Ludwig out there with Gunther. What is the point of that? And so it just doesn't make any sense to me, you know? There can't be any hype for WrestleMania when none of the storylines are even progressing. Every week we're just getting a bunch of nonsense. You know what? It's not nonsense. Every week we're just getting a bunch of wrestlers going out there and wrestling. Because it's a wrestling show. It's literally become a wrestling show. It's not TV. It used to be TV. At least back in the day, it used to be a television show that, you know, progressed weekly, monthly, and then yearly. Now, I don't know what this is. They just go out there, they say, you know, let's have a match. I mean, they honestly might as well just do the Ring of Honor special. Go out there, shake hands before, shake hands after. Good game. Go shake the referee's hand, shake the announcer's hand, shake all the fans' hands, and then go back. We literally just get house shows that are glorified house shows is what we get. And so this build to WrestleMania has been terrible. John Cena doing everything in his power to just show me that he shouldn't even win the 17th championship. I can't make up my mind with John Cena. One week I feel like, yes, he should win it, but then the next week I feel like he shouldn't. Because that promo was awful. Anybody trying to tell you that junk was good, it's just, I don't know what's wrong with them. That was not a good promo. It's the fans' fault, even though the fans still want to see you win 17. What are you talking about? It's the fans' fault. Not on my face, but that. Randy Orton is fighting Kevin Owens. That's not a WrestleMania match. You know, Penta versus honestly, that's the only thing I'm outside of obviously John Cena winning 17. I think Penta versus Braun Breaker is the only thing I was looking forward to, because they're the only people with, like, Penta, at least he's a luchador. He is a character. And he makes sense, and he's been booked as strong. So that's the only person that I can respect right now. And obviously Braun Breaker he doesn't have a character, but he's presented as strong when he's out there, but he's not doing anything weekly. He's just, you know, in the back chasing people, you know, running around the back in catering, looking for a plate. So I'm saying all that to say this, that we are a month away from WrestleMania, and we are still at glorified house show status. You would think I could tell you that it's the middle of December, when they're about to go on Christmas break. That's how they're booking these shows right now. You would never think that it was WrestleMania. So it's just frustrating, because we should have gotten Rock and Roman. We're not going to get that no more. We should have gotten Cody Rock. We're probably not going to get that no more. They just left out so much stuff, hoping that the viewer would just forget about it. And we're not forgetting about a lot of the stuff that you left out from last year. But I guess we have to, because we're not going to get anything good, because Hunter doesn't care. Hunter would rather just smell his own farts and pass it off as perfume, because he just loves to mark out over himself. So like I said, I'm saying this in closing. I love WWE. And the only reason that I go so hard on this product and this company is because I want it to be great. Shout out BC Amplified. We want to make wrestling great again. Wrestling used to be so good. It used to be something we could look forward to and enjoy. Something you would be proud of, wearing your wrestling shirts around the school. Now, do you think that I want to wear I was at the SummerSlam 2023? No, I don't want to wear that out, because I look like some sweaty, nasty neckbeard. Oh, you know, we have to be ostracized because we have to sit there and watch Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser in a wrestling match. And we have to listen to Dave Meltzer sit around and give it 5 stars, even though it shouldn't even be getting 1 star. And that's what I'm talking about. There's just too many neckbeards, too many jobbers who are in charge of this company now. And we just need somebody awesome. The men are feminine and the women are masculine. And that doesn't go together. And we need more direction, better direction. And WrestleMania season and quite frankly, it is over. It's over. WWE is terrible. If something doesn't change after this WrestleMania, if I don't see change and get the results that I want out of this WrestleMania, I might just be done with wrestling, and I might turn this into a football and basketball and pop culture channel, and wrestling will just be done, because I'm wasting my time with this. So I'm done. You already know the outro. So like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you around.